Music.
What's up, guys? Well, I thought we were going to have music.
Let's go ahead and start with some music.
Well, we can try it.
It doesn't matter if it does, man. How many people watched? We had 6 last night.
I don't even know if you can hear that. On second. On there.
It's time for Peace Park, Peace Park, Peace Park, Peace Park, Peace Park, Peace Park,
Negative.
Peace Park. Cool maneuver, double park, parkward, fatty air. Yes! Peace Park coming at you.
And we are coming at you live from the front porch of the South. We have the tarp up tonight because it is raining and it feels like springtime out here in Columbus, Georgia. They can't see it, but if they could see it, they would see that there's a tarp hanging up there. And it's springtime in Georgia. Usually, if it's raining like this, it should be snowing. It is December the 24th, Christmas Eve. We are catching with a Christmas special, guys.
Yep.
And, I'm just going to do our thing.
And your wife and table.
Mm-hmm. I'm drinking a bottle of suds, which we have to hide when Shane's in-laws get here because they get upset if he's drinking beer.
In-laws?
Yeah. So we want to say, wish everyone a happy Christmas.
My in-laws would be your parents.
Right. Well, then there's, I don't know there. Anyways, we want to show everyone a happy Christmas. And
Merry Christmas.
Yep, all that, it's good. Went and saw the new Star Wars last week. What did you think about the new Star Wars?
I didn't see it.
Oh.
But I want to see it. I saw a spoiler because there's, that's something we could talk about.
What, the spoilers? Might as well. Everyone's seen spoilers. They made
No,
700,
not the spoiler. You don't want to give a spoiler away because we're not like them. But
it made 700 million worldwide. I think most folks have already seen it.
Yeah, but not everybody.
Well, if you haven't seen it, then if you haven't seen it, now I would pause right here. I would turn the volume down because we're going to talk about it. Let's talk.
You want to talk about the spoilers?
Why not?
I just want to talk about the dumbasses that do it. Like this one lady that claims she's some Christian lady and that Star Wars is really satanic. And it's all the Dark Force or
the Dark Force.
Whatever.
Dude, you could look at Star Wars just like you could look at religion. You could imagine that the Force is God, and you've learned how to tap into God's power. I'm being serious, and you could either use it for good or evil. Yeah, I mean, you could look at that later.
Well, it's the mind.
I don't think that it's the mind.
And I'm going to spoil it because I'm a bitch.
Yeah, and he's talking about this woman that does exposing satanic government.
Yeah,
and I used to listen to the lady, and she had me all hyped about the comment that was coming a couple months ago. And I was telling everybody I was putting everybody's face on Facebook.
The whole earth was so obliterated that you could still see us talking.
Yeah,
right now.
And I believed her, and then now I'm sitting here looking like an idiot.
Well, no, I mean people believe shit all the time, but it's
Y2K.
Well, this lady is like, Santa Claus is really Satan Lucas, and Lucas is light.
You see the picture that it had of him? He was like he turned to an evil Santa Claus. I am Satan Lucas.
Look, it's like
I'm gonna tell you the real
thing is, are you happy about anything in life?
Really, is everything evil? I mean, a lot of stuff probably is, but it's not. It's not all that. Complex. But I was watching a video of a Muslim that is preaching, and he's saying it is better to murder someone, have an affair, everything, all these things off. You know what I'm saying? But he said it's better to do that than to say Merry Christmas, because when you say Christmas, you are putting Christ into us, and you're saying, and you're allowing them to believe in their false religion. And you should not say Merry Christmas. Now, what I don't get is why do these people want to come to our country, and they can't stand the way we live? Then why do you want to come here, dude? I don't want to go to Afghanistan. You want to know why? Because I don't want to live like that. So why the hell do they want to come here? I don't want to change the way they live. Keep your stuff there. We'll stay here. You stay there.
Well, it's in some weird, twisted way, I can understand it. Only because, well, think about it this way. They want to convert. They want to convert as many people as possible to Islam, right?
Right.
So just like if you look at Christianity, they want everybody to be saved before.
Well, but you can't. So, it's not that far, man. In Christianity, you're not taught to kill somebody because they don't believe how you believe. And look, and I've always believed, the whole witnessing thing, and constant pressure. That's not how you do it, man. I believe that witnessing is supposed to come from you show your actions, things that happen for you, or things. You know what I'm saying? You show how you live. That's how you see it. You know what I mean? It's not like, you know, well, you're not doing right. You're pointing out sin. Pointing out sin is not going to help you at all. It's not. Point out people's sin just makes you look like an asshole.
Well, and people aren't idiots. I mean, think about it. You know if you do something wrong, or I mean,
conscious be your God. Your Corinthian was real.
yeah.
Real.
Nobody. I mean, there's some people that even in the Bible that it was sin to wear two different types of linens,
Really?
like cotton.
And see, I think that was more or less just man's law instead of God's. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of crazy. What about the dude that was wearing like camel skin? Was that a sin too?
No, because it was one. Skin? Like if you wore cotton and polyester, you know how we have 50-50?
Yeah.
You do that now, it's considered sin. I mean, back then it was considered sin to God.
No, that wasn't considered
I'll
sin
show
to God.
you.
Please do.
And they were in Leviticus and all of that.
Let me see it.
By the Bible, I'll look it up.
You got the internet right here at your fingertips.
Let's look this up.
Please look this up, guys, because this is the first I've heard of that. If I am, then I guess I'm gonna start walking around nude. You know,
Please don't.
I think some ladies would beg to differ, but you know what I mean. Just saying,
they would beg for you to put your clothes back.
They might. They really might.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it. All right, here we go. All right, well, if y'all could, hopefully y'all can still see us because I can't see us. But yeah, you probably can. Wearing two different types
of fabrics.
In Leviticus 19:19.
That's what it says. You are to keep my statutes. You should not breed together two kinds of your cattle. You should not sow your field with two kinds of seed, nor wear a garment upon you of two kinds of material mixed together. Now, if a man lies carnally with a woman who is a slave acquired for another man, a slave acquired for another man, that's where the Muslims get the woman. But who has no way.
But slavery was
giving her freedom, there shall be punishment that shall not, however, be put to death because she was not free. Okay.
So slavery
now
and wearing two different cloths at the same time. Two different things that today we'd be like, but back then, two things. Slavery was permitted by God.
That's a lot of confusion, man, and that's what makes me go back to it. Always says weird. Remember I told you yesterday when we was having a couple of beers drinking that I find that you get more from knowing God instead of what you hear and necessarily in the Bible. To man wrote it. That's just like that. I mean, to me, that's kind of crazy, and I don't think the God that I know it's not material.
So do you think it was men that did that?
Yeah. I mean, I find that very bizarre.
But if that's the case, then really, you'd have to throw out the Ten Commandments. You'd have to
not necessarily, because it doesn't say anything we're wearing fabrics in the Ten Commandments.
No, but if you throw out, if you say that certain words of God, like in the Old Testament, was probably man, then you could argue the same question for creation, for everything else. So it kind of throws everything for a loop, and you're like, well, shit. But what do
I mean, it does, you know, but I mean, who the hell doesn't wear different fabrics?
Well, that's the thing.
So that means we're all sinning.
Yeah.
That's a little far out there. Anyways,
maybe we should make our own clothes.
Perhaps we should,
and just like buy a cotton or something.
Yeah, or something like that. You make them out of hemp
or wool,
things like that.
Yeah, but yeah, that's weird. It's just weird. That whole thing is weird. But
you know,
it could have been a reason for the time. I don't know, but you can excuse it away all you want.
Yeah, right. You know, that's very strange. You know, we're coming at you live, and
yes, we are.
I'll be honest with you, dude. We was very upset with how our last show did. We only had 6 viewers.
6, but and you know, for those 6 that, you know, if y'all gained something from it, and it was 6 of y'all that got something from it, and this was it. Oh, we don't need millions of freaking views. It would be nice. It would be nice. It'd be nice, but.
But you know, 6 viewers. I mean, people. We had a radio show. We had like 20,000. I don't know what's going on.
But remember, for a long time we didn't. I told you.
For a long time we did not.
Like 20.
So for the people 6 that did watch, and that are fervent fans, we do welcome you and thank you.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll get more. Tell your friends about us, please. Tell them to watch us.
There's a handsome guy in there. The guy that smokes.
The guy that smokes. Yeah, that's me. But you know,
I was on the Walking Dead, so hey.
I wasn't Walking Dead, and I will be on the season premiere also. So all you freaks out there, you know.
And yeah, I think it's going to be.
I'm a motorcycle guy. I'm a biker, as you couldn't tell, but I am. I'm a biker. Anyways, so you know, and I was getting back to that Muslim saying that about Christmas, and he's teaching this stuff, man. And folks are really, you know, And a lot of folks, you know, they get upset and they're like, well, not all Muslims are bad. You know, that's like saying like not all cops are bad. You know, you got cops that murder some people. You know, like you know, some guy in Chicago that shot. And they say, well, they're not all bad. Well, they may not all be bad, but the cops that aren't doing anything about it, that's the problem. You see what I'm saying? The ones that are sitting there seeing it happen, and they'd rather stick up for their brotherhood instead of doing something for it. You know what I mean? Same thing with Islam. You know, if like there was Christians out there slaughtering people for not believing in God, you know what I mean? I would think that was wrong. And folks can sit there and point out all day long, you know, oh, the Catholics slaughtered X amount of people. Catholics do not represent Christ or Yahshua that I believe Yahweh.
Well,
They're not representing him
people
at all.
would talk about the Crusades.
Dude, I mean, people can kill in the name of anything, and it doesn't mean that's what it stands for.
Yeah.
It was,
and back then it was what? It was Christianity and Islam. It's always been a war between.
Well, it always has. But if you believe like I believe, and if you read in the Bible, and for folks that don't know, the Quran come out 4,000 years after the Bible did. And this is fact. 4,000 years after the Bible did. Muhammad had his thing. And if you believe like what I believe, Lucifer always said he was going to be like the Most High. He was going to ascend to the heights and be like the Most High. What is Allah? He is like the Most High. He is like God out of the Bible. Supposedly, they believe that they came from the seed of Abraham, from Adam and Eve, and there was no Christ. The Old Testament was the way. There was no Christ. You know.
So do you think Allah is like Satan?
I believe Allah is Lucifer. Yes.
Woo, you're blaspheming right now.
I don't care. I do believe that. I don't care. Get over it. Whatever. There's one true God, and He's Yahweh, and I believe it because so much stuff has happened to me and everything, and He's real. But you can think whatever you want, and all you get mad about it, you can kiss my ass, and I mean it. But anyways, I mean it though, because look at everything that's happening, dude. Look at everything that's going on, and for folks that believe that we're not in the end times, even the Muslims believe that we're in the end times. The Caliphate, they're saying they are bringing on the end of days. So how is that two religions both saying the same thing? Oh, we could all just be a bunch of crazy kooks and there is no God. Aliens made us. They came here and made us. And that could be it could be a possibility, but I mean, there's something else out there. There's a higher power.
What if, like, let me just throw the skeptical side out there. What if it's just happenstance?
Well, Shane, I would say that, but then what were we talking about last night, dude? You think somebody has that much luck? You think I have that much luck?
Well, you do have a lot of luck. But what I'm saying
do you not believe what I believe it? I mean, it's cool if you don't. I'm
saying I'm not. Like, I'm one of those guys where, well, used to I'd be like, oh, well, yeah. But I'm one of those, and I told you that last night. I'm like, I just don't know, man. I've got to be one that has to see it right in front of my face now. Before I was
blessed is the man who sees without, has faith without having to see.
Yeah.
And what happened when you went right inside? I thought you actually listened to me like that last night. You dropped your phone and it broke.
Fucking pissed me off, shattered.
And I think that was something. I believe that it was something of a.
What, like, hey?
No, I mean, it was to make you into a bad mood and get upset like you did. And then I gave you a telephone that you could use. But I'm just saying, man, that it does work out in different ways. And you think, No,
I mean, I'm not saying like it's not true, and I'm not saying that it 100% is true. I mean, because I just don't know.
And that's the thing of our show, that I believe different, you believe different. I mean, you don't necessarily believe different, but we have our different terms and keep it like that.
Well, I mean, we have different, but see, that's the thing, and this is what we were talking about before. And before we didn't believe like this, as far as we would butt heads a lot, but now it's like, well, we're not going to change each other's minds. Just stuff. You
can agree to disagree.
Yeah, stuff is going to happen. Whether it's going to happen, and people's minds are going to change, and there's not a damn thing we can do to change each other's minds because we're both hard-headed as shit. Yeah. I may be more hard-headed than.
But it all plays into the thing. You got to think about. Monday, I think it was Monday, they passed a bill. Congress passed a bill that allows the UN to come over here to America, not American troops, UN troops, United Nations troops, to come over here and confiscate all guns from every state.
When does this take place?
And well, I don't know, but the law was passed. That's something that matters. It doesn't name when it takes place. The law could be 10 years from now. The law was passed to be able to come over here and confiscate guns. Now, what is that going to cause? It's going to open up a whole can of worms, man. It's going to start a war. It is. Folks are not going to give up their guns. They're not. They're not going to do it.
Especially here in the South.
No, sir. It's not going to happen. There will be bloodshed. It's going to happen.
Yeah, and I guarantee you it's going to be.
And everyone always says, oh, well, the founding fathers didn't mean they were talking about hunting rifles. Dude, there is a machine gun that was built right after the French Revolutionary War. It's a rotating gun, and it fires multiple rounds. I think it's 100 rounds a minute. You think they weren't talking about that gun too, or we're excluding that gun, and we're talking about just muskets? They just got through fighting a 2-year war of a tyrannical government.
Well, here's my question: were guns made to like cause people to give each other hugs? Oh no,
Guns were made
they
for
were
killing and money.
made to fucking kill. I mean, so I don't care how many bullets are coming out at one time or not. It's fucking made to kill.
Yeah.
Are you dumb? I mean,
Yeah.
think about this shit. Are you? Oh, well, I think that you should just have a gun that fires one bullet at a time because that's more safe. Are you fucking kidding me?
You get a good shot. One shot will kill the dude.
I could aim at your head, and all it takes is one fucking bullet.
Yeah.
Does it really matter how many bullets come out?
No, and for
It's
folks that don't know, man, and I hate
stupid.
saying this because I make a lot of people upset, but Hitler,
You already said all it was Satan.
well, he is. Hitler,
You're
and
gonna.
we're gonna get
I
hate mail. I don't care, whatever. Hitler. When Hitler took
on the
over,
national news.
well, that's fine.
These
When
motherfuckers-
Hitler took over,
Not cussing.
he started with gun control for the Jews. And folks, the Holocaust was real. The Jews were rounded up. That's a real rounding up. Everyone's like, they keep showing these videos of like these little Muslims like, oh, I was scared somebody's gonna take me away from my dad, blah blah this and that. No, the Holocaust was real. They rounded up children, separated away from their fathers, and killed them. But Hitler started with gun control. He took guns away from all of them. And then he started, not saying that this is what's going to happen, but history does repeat itself. And it is very odd. I mean, like, look, getting mad about people having guns is the same thing as getting mad at a fat dude for eating a lot. You don't blame the spoon. His fat ass didn't have to keep picking that spoon up and shoving it in his mouth. You know what I mean? Or a butter knife for spreading too much butter over his toast.
Well, I think what needs to happen is we need to take the spoon away and just give him a toothpick.
There you go, or some chopsticks. You don't see too many fat Asians, do you? You don't. Them Asians are slim. Why? Because they eat with chopsticks.
God. Okay, so we've covered what? We've covered racism. We've covered religious discrimination. What else can we do before the show ends? And we still got about 40 minutes.
Well, with the gun control thing, it just really kind of blew my mind. But
well,
there's
I was saying,
that. And go ahead.
like I was saying, and it don't matter how many bullets. It doesn't matter how big that spoon is, and it doesn't matter what method it is. If somebody, it all boils down to people, because if I truly wanted to screw somebody up and kill them and hurt them, I don't care if I had a can of tuna. There was going to be a way that I was going to hurt them.
Look, man, I've done found out, and this is true, that even if they took the guns away, our people are smart enough. Dude, you can make a shotgun out of a 3-inch pipe, a cap on the 3-inch pipe, and a type of device to give it the hammer, you know what I'm saying, to make the bullet take off. And out of a pipe, you can make a shotgun. So even if they take them away, you can also make an assault rifle out of a nail gun that can shoot up to 200 yards, a 20-inch penny nail, and it is very accurate. So I'm saying, they don't understand that you can take the guns away. It won't stop people from creating weapons. Well, I mean, shit, you're smart enough to do it. I mean,
not just guns, but bombs.
I mean, you can make a bow and arrow. Bow and arrow kill somebody. I mean, it will. I know it sounds stupid, but it will.
And what's really effed up about this whole situation is we want to ban these rifles, but we want to send them to these refugees or to these people, these rebels, and it's okay then, so you can go and fight our wars for us, which they're not really.
Well, look, for folks that they can talk, they can say that we're crazy and blah blah and that. Paris attacks. In Paris, they have no guns. Look how many people died. Look how many people died before somebody showed up. I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to kung fu a man with a gun? You know what I'm saying? I box. I do all this stuff, but you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter when it comes to a man with a gun. You know what I mean?
No, when it comes down to it, I mean, hell, and I think that it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing if we went back to the Western days, where.
Well, I found today in Georgia, you can have, and this is Georgia, you can have open carry. And it is not illegal. As long as you have a holster and you have a 6-shooter, a 9mm, or 45, whatever you want, it's showing you are allowed to carry that. And it's called an open carry law.
As long as it's registered and everything. Yep.
Exactly. Now I'm thinking about doing that. I'm thinking about going ahead and getting me one and carrying it around because it's by law. It is legal. You can do that, and it'll make a lot more people feel safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
I mean, you think about this. If you're in a gas station, you have two people that are, they have a gun on their hip, and you can see it. if you're up to no good,
you're gonna think twice about going in there and messing with them.
Yeah, if you're up to no good, you're gonna be like, either I need to wait until these bastards leave, or we need to pick another spot because we may get shot.
Now,
and which is that's solving a problem.
Well, speaking of gun control, in San Bernardino, the last terrorist attack, they found out these guys were ISIS related. And this can go into a whole other subject, and we're going to. One of the men that was shot was a big gun supporter. He was, he probably thought like I did. When the president or Mr. Obama went to San Bernardino before he went to Hawaii, one of the women, the wife of the husband, wanted to make sure that he knew that her husband supported gun control, and she believed that if he actually had a gun on him, he could have helped and stopped some things. That man died believing, because they're trying to take guns away from that. Oh, well, he had background checks and blah blah this and that. Okay, they're going to say they have background checks about all of this and that. But a few days ago, last week, the woman, the head of department of the Syrian refugee inflow, was in front of Congress, and she could not tell that man how many refugees have been in or out of the U.S. since 2014. But you can background check all this stuff for people, U.S. citizens trying to buy guns, but you can't tell me how illegal immigrants have come in this country and left. That should bother everybody, and it doesn't bother most folks, but it should. It should.
And then we get people upset at people who, like Trump, that says, and yeah, he singled out Muslims. He did, but
Japan does it, Russia does it, and they're not getting blown up and shit like that.
Yeah.
But America wants to be this huge country that tolerates everything.
Correct.
And don't say this and don't say that. I mean, where are your balls? Did your balls drop off? I'm being serious. The people in this freaking country are so pussified. They are, man. They're sissies, dude. And I don't mean anything by it, but you get so upset if somebody says something out the way. And I don't get it, man. You got to have tough skin. This is the real world. I mean, what the fuck do you think this shit is?
Well, and like the White House, they were really quick to put up the gay
pride thing.
The gay pride colors on their which, hey, cool. Do whatever.
Right, like I said, man,
at least be, I don't either, but at least be consistent. Why don't you put the American flag colors whenever the San Bernardino stuff happens?
Just like on Facebook.
I mean,
I said it on the last show, and I'll say it again. Go ahead.
It just don't. When
the Paris attacks, almost everyone I knew had that Paris flag behind other people. But when America was attacked, the same people were doing it. No one gave a fuck. Because only 12 people died here and 120 people died? That was still 12 lives. Those 12 families will never be the same.
12 American lives.
American lives aren't even foreign. That shows how much these folks are in tune with what's going on. They don't give a fuck, dude. That's what's so scary about it, man. They don't care. Or you have idiots. I saw on Facebook this woman. She went into a gun shop. And this woman, she's a young girl. She's a hot blonde and got big old fake boobies. Real hot. Probably the only gift God gave her. Didn't give her any fucking brains. You know what I mean? But she goes in there and she tells the man she wants a protective gun. She don't want a murdering gun. She wants a protective. There's two different kinds. The guy looks at her like, what? And she's like, no. He's like, all the guns are the same. She's like, no. There's a protecting gun and there's a murdering gun. I want the protecting gun. And I'm sitting there thinking, are you serious? Is this lady serious?
Like, is she an actress?
No, dude. They said okay, she could have been. But if this is real, it shows the mentality of some of the people in America. Like and so many people in America, they just go with what everyone else says. They don't research shit for themselves. They don't study the shit for themselves. They just okay, well that sounds good. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that, man.
Well, it's scary to me because there's a lot of people out there that don't care, and I think that's why we are going through all of the problems we're going through.
Exactly.
If people cared and gave a shit, you would see a revolution. You would see things.
There's going to have to be a revolution, and folks need to start looking into Project Bluebeam also.
Tell people about
Project Bluebeam. For folks that don't know about it, Project Bluebeam has been in the works for years. Okay, and if you can look it up, it's a real government program. Project Bluebeam is there, and for folks that don't know, there are thousands of satellites around the Earth right now, and this is just basic information. This is basic knowledge. It is they're common knowledge. They're around the Earth, and these satellites, for your television shows, these satellites for your Wi-Fi, these satellites for everything, that we do right now. They're surrounding the planet. Well, Project Bluebeam, folks love CGI, right? Project Bluebeam is real CGI in real time. one of the reasons that I believe the HAARP machine has been turned on, folks don't know what HAARP is. It is weather, unless of an EMF pump, it is weather manipulation. And that's why it seems to be so cloudy all the time. Well, to use Project Bluebeam, you've got to have the cloud cover because that is like your blank movie screen. And with Project Bluebeam, these satellites shine off images in the sky. And for folks that don't know, on Fox News the other morning, there was a sunset of a perfect American flag in the sky. I mean, red, white stripes and a blue section square with little white dots on it. Now you're telling me this was just something that happened of nature. This was Project Bluebeam being tested out. Because if you believe, like I believe, Project Bluebeam is going to be tested to either to put on the second coming of Christ or the coming of the Antichrist, where folks are going to start believing in this stuff and they're going to start being like, oh my God, this is real. Dude, how would a perfect American flag show up in the clouds like that day?
Well, here's my question.
And the person don't believe me, look up Project Bluebeam, and then you can get, if you don't believe me, gather it for yourself. It is a real project.
But if you can use, here's, my question would be is if you can use it for like, the coming of the Antichrist and people believe that it's the coming.
Think of how much control you could do that with, Shane.
But
think if you could think of alien invasion with it.
But how would you know what is true and what's not?
Exactly.
But my question is, like, let's say a Christian, how would they know the difference?
They wouldn't. That's the whole point.
So,
I'm saying,
so you would be
no, because I believe that I have a closer contact with God, and he tells me things, and I'm not one of them crazy people like that lady you saw on Facebook who saw two Spaniards and were like, God told me you're terrorists. That's not how this shit works. That's not how any of this shit works. No, but dude, the reason I think I would know better
Where did
is
you see that?
I saw it on Facebook.
Oh my
The
God.
reason I would know better is because I know about Project Bluebeam. I've had dreams that keep telling me that something in the sky, is evil that is coming. But think about it. Think about this, guys. Think about this. And for folks that believe in Revelation, that believe like I do, they say Project Bluebeam is real. Say I'm not a crazy kook and say it. I mean, it is real. Project Bluebeam is a real project. But say that they actually used it, okay? And for someone that was an avid Christian believer, say they put on the coming of second of Christ. And you see him in the sky, and these folks, oh my God, it's Jesus. We're and think about it. Even the elect, it says in Revelation, will be deceived. Think about it. They would see this and they would believe that it was real. So they would do anything that this man that they supposedly seen in the sky told them to do. And the whole time it could have been nothing but an actor with Project Bluebeam, just like you put on acts, you know what I mean? Just like the false flags, just like the girl with all the massacres. That same girl has been every massacre. They proved that Sandy Hook was not real. Sandy Hook never happened. This is fact. You know what I'm saying? It never happened. And the girl that was in it was an actor. You know what I mean?
Well, what about all the kids?
It never happened. Look it up. It's come out to the light. It's never happened. Sandy Hook did not happen. It was an act. It was an actor thing. It was on the news
Where
for
are all the
everybody.
kids?
What do you mean? There's one there. There's a couple down the road. I'm sure.
No,
They're all
I'm
here.
saying the kids that they broadcasted on there that have
They're
lost their
actors,
lives.
man. And like I said, folks will probably like, oh, he's crazy. He's drunk.
No.
He's drinking. He's an idiot. Who wants to listen to him? No, it's a lot of times, when you'd say a lot of people start drinking, they let the truth come out. They don't know what they're really feeling. And thinking, look, man, first of all, I study this stuff every single day. This is a big deal to me, and I worry about it. I don't worry about it. I'm just trying to get enough folks to open their eyes and get ready for what's coming, because something is coming, man. Something, you can feel it, man. I mean, it also says in Revelation in the last days that the weathers will change. I wish I could show y'all a camera around here. Because y'all know that is in Columbus, Georgia, right here next to Fort Benning, the biggest military base in the state. Biggest military base in the country, as a matter of fact. And it's flooding so bad that the roads are giving way. Now, I remember back when I'm 34 now. I remember back when I was 16, 15 years old, when it was Christmas time, when it rained, it snowed. It was cold. It was cold outside back in the 80s. You know what I mean? Back in the early 90s. You know what I mean? Yeah. Look at it now. Dude, it's springtime weather. You're in a T-shirt. I got a wife beater on. I had shorts and a wife beater on this morning. You know what I mean? Walking around outside on Christmas Eve.
All day long. And
the temperature hasn't dropped. Now, is that kind of bizarre to you? Or maybe it's the global warming. That's what it is. I forgot. It's global warming. How could I be wrong? I mean, did you know that? That's what it. Sorry, guys. I just figured it out. It's global warming. Damn. It's global warming. He's right. Now we need to spend some billions of dollars and fix this problem because we're putting too much pollution in the air. The sun's fixing to blow us up. It is. We're fixing to burn alive because we have too much pollution. So for all you fools out there that believe that crap, I'm sorry. I have heard of meteorologists that are seasoned meteorologists, AMS-approved meteorologists. Look, they say global warming, climate change is nothing more than something that has happened. That's the climate raises up. the climate goes back down. The climate raises up. And they said this has been going on for hundreds of years, thousands of years, the beginning of time. So how is it from our cars that it's happening? This is normal behavior. I believe it's the front and the screen just to waste a bunch of money because I believe that something else is coming and we're going to be broke when the time comes for it. And I could have said it off the chain. I wouldn't say it, I would say it. It's, I'm like I said, I'm through worrying about what other folks say. I'm going to speak my mind, you know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you, this world is more weirder and crazier than y'all think it is.
Well, we're already broke. We're already broke.
Look at our military. Let me back up something. Now, when I was talking about, I know I talk a lot, Shane. I'm getting really emotional about this. I was talking about the Syrian refugees, and they have no idea how many have come in since 2014. So you folks understand, the American military number of men, I think it averages somewhere around about 200,000, okay? 200,000 men and women in the armed forces. That's all your 4 branches together. That's what I could be wrong. I might be wrong, but I'm thinking this. Now, in a year's time, you don't know how many people have come in or come out. What if there is 200,000 ISIS soldiers over here just waiting to be given the signal? We are matched an army, and we've already been invaded, and we're still sitting at home worrying about fucking Christmas. And nobody's training. People are still fat as shit and not doing nothing about it, man. We get off your asses and get fucking ready for this shit. But like I said, I could just maybe folks call me a warmonger. He's a redneck idiot and all this shit. It's not.
Well, even if 10,000 were over here, we'd still be
scared. Because they believe, and you know what I'm saying? They're not scared to die.
They would blow themselves up.
And there's a lot of men over here who's not scared to die. But go ahead. Sorry.
They would blow themselves up. Huge places, with large populations in them, just to,
don't worry about that. Come on,
just to hurt you, to kill you.
Well, think about this, man. And folks never do. What if multiple, what if they are over here? And what if they got a cult to nuclear codes? Some of them motherfuckers are smart. Some of them Iranians are smart as hell. They are.
They could take over planes.
What if they got cult to nuclear codes? Things like that. What if they set off multiple nukes? Everyone always thinks it's going to be one big nuke. What if 10 or 12 nukes got set off at one time?
We'd be done. We'd be cooked.
Exactly. Because we're right next to Fort
What
Benning.
if it's not nukes at all? What if it's just chemical warfare?
Exactly. And for folks to understand, we might, the chemtrails might be an innocent thing. They may be innocent. They might be innocent. But say they get those chemtrails into the hands of the wrong person, into a terrorist's hands, and they put poison into those chemtrails. We are fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. Your children are fucked. Everyone's fucked. You're going to breathe the shit in and not know it.
Not just poison, but, you think a little step, a little more, logical or whatever, the flu. No, I'm good. The flu. Another
sickness, another new strand, yeah. And this comes on like a sickness.
How do we know it was just some mutated thing? How do we know that it wasn't?
And doesn't it seem kind of weird? And I guess I could be wrong. I really guess I could be. We
always can be wrong. We're not 100%.
Yeah, like I said, we're just look, guys. When we have these shows, we're just talking like what this is Brandon Gamble's opinion. This is nobody else's opinion but mine. And you know what I mean?
I'm about. All right, keep talking.
We've got children. It's Christmas Eve and they're raising hell and stuff like that. They're excited about the TV show. Or anyways, we're going off our opinions. And like I said, if you disagree, then feel free. We have a chat box right here. Then change it up, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be honest with you. I don't know too many people that disagree with what I'm saying. Look, I work and travel different places in the South, and I guess of course you're in the South, the Bible Belt. But most folks believe the way I believe, And but where was I going with this? Back me up.
You were talking about. Well, I got up abruptly. You were talking.
Before you got up.
Let's see what we were talking about.
I usually don't smoke this much, guys. It's when I'm drinking a beer.
But or 2 or 3 or 5.
Yeah.
We were talking about just like the chemical warfare and the flu.
Right. And I was saying, haven't you noticed the difference in the sicknesses and stuff since they've been putting those fumes out? And look, like I am a conspiracy theorist, but I'm not. It's so aggravating.
It may not even be the fumes, man. That could be a screen too. It could be. Dude.
Well, think about what if Project Bluebeam is real. What if that's what they're putting out there? The screen for Project Bluebeam.
Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Is it plausible? I don't know.
Go ahead and look at Project Bluebeam now. You can go ahead and Google it in. Let me see what you think about it.
Well, I've already looked it up.
Have you?
Yeah.
And it's real, isn't it? It's a real operation.
It's a real operation from what they say. But my thing is this.
Now, think about that's what you know about. What do you not know about? That's even crazier.
Well, my thing is this: if like the project is going on, if it's going on, then they are counting on a lot of people being very stupid motherfuckers. Extremely stupid.
Okay, and if you don't believe me, YouTube this. I'll YouTube it right now. Have you seen the floating city in China? They saw a couple of days ago.
No. What?
Thousands of people saw a city floating in the sky in China. I believe this is Project Bluebeam. Let's look it up. Floating city.
No, I haven't heard.
I think it was in Shanghai. Let me see if this is it. Yes, this is it. Watch this shit. Folks, I'll let y'all watch it too if y'all can see it. Look up floating city in Shanghai. I'm gonna show this to Shane. Now watch this. Listen, freaking mug. Listen.
Now, who is saying this?
Well, good. You don't believe in Project Bluebeam anymore?
And it's been
I can't see it. Dang it.
No.
Look up floating city in Shanghai, folks.
Is that Photoshop?
No, it was on the news, dude. In China. Hundreds of people see it. It appeared and then disappeared in a matter of seconds. Now, something that looks that real, if you believe in Project Bluebeam like I do, so think of how many people you can manipulate at once. They all saw it. They know it's real. They don't know what Project Bluebeam is. You see what I'm saying? Say they could stage an alien attack. Oh, now we're under this new, you know what I'm saying? And it could really just be all man-made.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, there are holograms and stuff. I mean, so it's possible.
Wasn't that pretty weird?
Yeah, but why would they do it?
Did you not hear what I just said? Think about if you had technology, man, and you could do it to 1,000 people at once. And you can make them believe the way you want to believe because you thought what you were doing was the right thing. You see what I'm saying? Because you believe in it so much. You know, like say you were a Muslim.
But what would be the point in like staging like a fake Antichrist coming? What would be the
because
point
they would do everything that he said. They would believe it. He came in the sky. He is a God.
What would be their point of
So what is the point of Islam? Islam believes that you kill the infidel. Islam also wants the caliphate to go into place. They also want Sharia law to go into place. This is because it's what they believe. They were raised up to believe this, to believe that women shouldn't be able to drive. Women shouldn't go out in public unless they're with a male from the family.
they shouldn't be exposed.
Yeah, and they also believe that Muhammad had a 9-year-old wife. They believe that pedophilia is okay. This is the way they believe, and they think the rest of the world should believe it. What better way than to trick them into believing it because you feel like you're doing something for Allah. You're making, you know what I'm saying? And hey, it may not have to do anything with Islam. Let's do it with Satanists. Let's do it with Yahweh, my God. You trick them into thinking that, and because they don't believe it, you're going to pretend that Jesus Christ came on the clouds. So you make all of them believe, and you feel like, but really all you're doing is controlling people. And I don't believe my God is a God of control. I'm being honest, But think about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Project Bluebeam is a real project, and it would make sense. You know what I mean? Also, hey, that's like saying, why don't they control the weather with HAARP? You know what I mean? HAARP can be used as a weapon of warfare. If you were going to attack, like say a country, and say you could manipulate weather like that, you just hit it with a bunch of hurricanes and tornadoes, you wouldn't have to go in there and kill nobody. The tornadoes and the weather did it for yourself, and then you could claim God did it. You know what I mean? Oh, look what he did. He was great. He destroyed them for us. You know what I'm saying, man? Chunk's real, man. Go ahead. Say
this is wild stuff because, how would they control the weather? You
know what HAARP is.
Yeah, I know what
HAARP lets off EMF that pumps into the sky. So electromagnetic pulses into the sky. And that causes clouds. It also causes lightning and storms, things like that. Just think about how South Carolina was flooded. You know what I'm saying? And I guess these could be all natural things that happen. It just seems the weather is not in sync to what it should be. We've got March weather right now on December the 24th, the year 2015, and this is springtime weather in the winter.
It is, man. I think it was officially winter yesterday.
Yeah, and I feel like we're living down in Miami.
Yeah, it's not cold at all. You see us. We're outside. It's not cold. We're drinking beer, and it's
not cold. Dude, I remember a few years ago, maybe 10, 12 years ago. I guess only a few years ago. It was cold as hell on Christmas. You was walking around in a sweatsuit, and you wanted to get warm by a heater. Dude, we had the air conditioner on in the kitchen today. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's not normal weather, man.
It isn't. But let's,
and I got off pretty, get pretty deep on it.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Let's talk about this because we were talking about this earlier, and I think it's interesting to talk about anyway. You say the least. And we were talking about. What if, this life, like us living, till 70 or 80 years old is not it. It's just like, it's just one level of our life, and then
Reincarnation would be
well, maybe, or we move on. Maybe it's just a different stage, and you can call it reincarnation. Maybe it's not even here. Maybe it's somewhere completely, not heaven or hell or anything like that yet, or whatever. But just like we move like as stages of life, and maybe this isn't our first one. You know how a lot of people have deja vu and have these memories that they've been somewhere before.
right.
What if, like with the reincarnation thing? That's why I started to dig a lot deeper with that, because deja vu, it could just be that you, in your former life, that some of the memories carried over. From
Right. And I agree with you. And,
You know what I mean?
and if you believe what Simon Parks believes, a lot of folks don't know who Simon Parks is. YouTube, Simon Parks, he's an elected official.
Yeah, he's a very,
Yeah.
very unique
And
guy.
for you to be an elected official in Europe, you have to be sane and of sound mind. So first of all, they know the guy's not crazy, okay? This man he says that he was, raised up, his family was in the occult, and he has alien contact. He has real alien contact. And that they say that a U.S. government is evil. It's satanic and it is evil. They say that, and they say this, and these are the extraterrestrials telling him. And that, what was you just talking about? Sorry, I keep moving train off.
We're talking about the different levels of
Oh,
reincarnation.
and right, and he was saying that reincarnation is real. He said he believes that you come back until you get it right, and then you go on. Also, another thing that could back this is NASA. And one of the guys from NASA, an agent from NASA that has gone underground, he says that the world we live in is in layers. Like imagine a loaf of bread stacked straight up and down. We'll say we're like a third layer up. He said that this is nothing more than a training ground for what comes next, and that you're supposed to learn stuff here. And if you don't get it right, that's why you keep getting reincarnated.
Well, I mean,
until you get it right, and then you move to the next level.
Well, I mean,
which is a very good,
Well, if you think about this, wouldn't that make sense? I mean, because if you think about it, if this is it, this is all we got, and that's it.
I didn't see too much, man. I know.
Well, I mean, you've seen a lot. Well, what I'm saying is that if this was just this was it. This was the end all, be all.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any damn sense.
No,
It's just basic, because there's a lot of people. What about that 7-year-old that got killed in the car accident?
That's so horrible.
Well, what I'm saying is, if that was
his parents.
yeah, and if that was it for that child, if that was truly it, and I'm not talking about just heaven or hell or anything else. If that was truly it, what did that kid learn in 7 years?
Yeah, that kid is with my father. I know he is. I mean, I have a 7-year-old boy. No, it's
8.
He's 8.
I thought he was 9.
He's 8. He's supposed to be 9. Jeez, my little boy is
Good
8.
Lord, dude.
Well, I do. Now, like I'm close to my son. He has an 8-year-old son also. So we know. I mean, I can't even imagine. I can't imagine. I'm not lying. What they're going through. I don't want to.
I would.
You know what I mean? I would die.
die.
I would die from sorrow. I would, man. I love my son so much. And that stupid woman that did what she did, she took that from them. She took that from that family. And their Christmas will never be the same. This happened a few days ago. Their Christmas will never be the same. She stole that from them.
Let's explain what happened.
It
The
makes me
woman,
so angry, man.
she was in an apartment complex, and she was naked, butt naked. She's an older lady, and of course, she was on some sort of
She
drug.
was drinking and probably on crystal meth. I mean, I know.
And she jumped in a car, a stolen car, some dude's car she didn't know,
Yep.
and started speeding down a main road.
Hit a bunch of cars,
And
and then she ended up hitting this car that had a 7-year-old boy and killed their son. Now,
and he was just dead on impact.
yeah. Now
It was
you
bad.
gotta understand, they had just been looking at Christmas lights. This family was out doing what every other
The
family
kid was
does.
probably smiling.
Yeah,
and
probably
looking
not worried about nothing else but fucking Christmas. And this stupid bitch is what she is, and folks can get mad. Oh, he's a woman. He's a gets women involved. And that. No, she was a dumb bitch
selfish.
that killed that little boy and took that from that family. She robbed that family of their holidays, everything. She robbed them of that man and woman of her life. She ruined their fucking life. I hope that bitch rides. I do, man. That was stupid of her. But all I'm saying, and what Shane's getting at, is that could have been it for that little boy. Is that it? All it's wiped out? I don't believe so.
It can't be. If
I don't believe so.
If it is,
No.
then this whole existence is really, if you think about it,
It's stupid.
rather depressing.
It is. It really is. It's actually sad.
It's
But I'll be
sad.
honest with you, man. I done seen so much, man. I know it's not.
Well, I mean,
I promise you. And I
would-
know everyone hasn't seen what I've seen, and y'all, it's hard to go.
Well,
okay,
I mean, I would hope.
it's not.
I would hope the hell not. That's why
It's
the
not.
reincarnation
Swear to God, it's
thing,
not.
the reincarnation thing, and everything that that I've studied. Like I've studied it pretty extensively. I really have, because there's different doctors and stuff that believe it wholeheartedly. No, reincarnation is real. I've seen it, and we studied this 3-year-old boy's case that would wake up with nightmares of dying in a plane, and he knew what the name of that plane was, and they traced it back to this pilot that was in the 1940s that died after a period of time, and that was the name of his plane, and it was in blah 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 blah. The kid never watched any history shows. They knew this for a fact. Put him through polygraph tests. Put him through all of this stuff. So how would he have that? How would a 3-year-old kid be consistent with the knowledge?
Now, a 3-year-old kid, that's kind of hard to say. Isn't your daughter 3, Lila?
Well, no.
And how the fuck would she be able to know that kind of shit? Are you sure that's real?
Yes.
Your child can barely say, "Mama, get me down." She be telling him, "I died in a plane crash," and stuff like that.
3.5 years old. The kid.
I find that far fetched.
The kid was saying it, and I'll show you the documentary. It's on YouTube.
He wasn't 3 years old then.
Yes, the hell he was.
What 3-year-old speaks plain English like that?
He would wake up saying, well, that shows you even still. I'm going to show, okay, Mr. Project Blueberry was real. Doesn't believe me that a 3-year-old could have some
I've never seen a 3-year-old
vocabulary.
carry on a conversation like that. I might as well be talking to a 27-year-old.
Dude, 3-year-olds speak. My 2-year-old is behind because she's baby shit. But that doesn't mean
So that's what it is.
Exactly.
No.
she's baby
No,
shit.
the child can't. Okay,
She
whatever.
baby
You know,
shit.
find that. Okay, great. That's probably you.
I will show you. You believe in heart and machines that
These are facts, dude. I mean, it's not a fact. It's not a fact that 3-year-old died in a plane crash and came back as a fucking mutant. I mean, what the fuck, dude?
not a mutant.
I mean, I'm being serious.
Not
I
a
mean,
mutant.
no, it's not a fact that there's somebody died and they came back and was a 3-year-old body and they're speaking plain English. I mean, she's the son of God.
Not plain
I mean-
English like, you know what? I died in this.
Well, that's how it sounds to me. Like you're sitting there carrying on a
No,
conversation.
it was like they'd wake up. The boy would wake up with nightmares,
Mhm.
and then he would say things like, plane crash, and they're like, what? What are you talking about? And then he would say the name of the plane. They're like, what kind of name is? What are you talking about? What is that name? And they hired somebody to come in, like a psychologist and shit, and they traced the shit back. And then they were like,
That's interesting. That is interesting.
Then the boys like, they would say, I think his name was Michael. Michael, calm down. He's like, my name used to be something else. And then you just say the shit out of the ordinary.
I mean, that's
I will show you, dude. They have.
I'm not
and then-
saying it ain't true.
And then as he got older, those memories faded.
Right.
Isn't that weird.
And now that does kind of recollect too if reincarnation was real, instead of that spirit, because you do.
And it's not
Look,
just him.
you gotta look at
It's
it like this.
thousands
Well,
of
you
stupid ass cat.
Listen to this, Jinx.
Thousands.
Listen to this though.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Thousands of kids in this documentary. Thousands of kids. The doctor and everything that studied.
Mhm.
Thousands of kids had similar things like this. And,
Now it could
and
be.
their
Now,
memories
listen to me.
faded.
Listen to me. If you believe what it says in the Bible and what Jesus says, or Joshua said to his disciples, about the wineskins,
Who's that name?
you do not put new wine into an old wineskin sack because wine.
Because it will burst open.
Now what do you do with the new wine? You put it into a new sack. Now but think about it. Doesn't that kind of you stupid fucking cat? I'll kill you, fucking. Hey guys,
He loves animals.
I do love him.
By the way, no.
What a fucking idiot! What a fucking idiot!
Yeah, that was a dumb movie.
Anyways,
That's
Um,
an awesome movie.
I'm sitting there talking about God. I should have done that. Sorry, Father. For real, forgive me.
Why are you knocking on the table?
Because I'm, what I'm saying, I feel bad about it.
Sorry, Father.
Because
Jinx.
it's like folks are like, when are we going with this guy? He's sitting there cussing and stuff like that. I
What are you
believe,
drinking and smoking?
I believe it's deeper than that. You know what I mean? It's not a, yes.
In his past life, he didn't drink.
I didn't.
Or cuss at
Yeah.
cats.
What a dumbass cat. Did you see him? He
Yeah.
just deliberately knocked my shit off the table.
Cat should be in a circus or something.
Anyways,
Yeah,
it goes to
some
kind of
acrobatic
prove the point that reincarnation could be, they say the world is a prison planet. Now what if reincarnation is real? What if you do keep coming back until you get it right?
And what if, like, with the thousands of cases that he studied, what if when we were little, you know how our imaginations probably were a little bit more than they are now? What if there was some truth behind that imagination? What if those imaginary friends were actually friends that you had before? And then as you get older, you forget about the shit. You know, life happens, and then you go on, and then like, you know, but who's to say that we didn't have those recollections or those memories at that time? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people say, "Oh, my friend," or little kids say, "Here's my friend, blah blah." Where's your friend? Oh, nowhere. And
Well,
people
see,
think
I
ghosts
believe
are
what I
spirit.
believe is that children can see into the spirit realm. That's where a lot of their friends
See,
come.
that's a whole nother ballgame.
It's another can of worms.
Which, you know, the spirit realm could be nothing more than just different levels, different dimensions that, and it's just all a part of life. It's life, but we say it's spirit. We give it a name and call it spirit, but it could just be another freaking dimension altogether, and that will blow your mind because if that's the case, which you already had experiences with that.
I've had some experiences with
where the dimension kind of why do you think it coincided? Why do you think it mixed together like that? What do you think it? Do you think it was?
I don't think it mixed together. I think that I could see it, man. You know what I mean? And you know, I know when I felt like I just said that, I feel like anybody that watches, they're gonna be like, you did nothing that I'm like somebody like, you know, the girl we have in our team. It's like, oh, I've had these dealings with demons and spirits. They have no idea. I mean, I promise you. Okay. The real deal, it is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, I hit. No, dude, you could actually see these things. You can actually see them.
What was it?
Speak to them.
We got about 9 minutes. Go ahead. What was it?
Okay. I am a recovering addict. And one of the last times I messed up, I had shot up a lot of stuff. Okay. And I believe that I was fixing to die. I was in the place of here and going into the next place because I'm not lying to you. After I pushed that into my arm, I started seeing. I saw people that you could see through, and I knew they were not here. They were somewhere. I even asked the man that I saw if I was dead. I was like, "Am I dead?" And then I saw these black shadow figures. And these black shadow figures were demons. They were not human. They were different from everyone else. And they were amongst the people. You could see them. And the people, there was thousands upon thousands of people everywhere walking around this earth, like walking, being serious, they were ghosts. They were ghosts. And they were still here. They've been dead. The guy that I talked to looked like he came from the Western days. He had on jeans, a flannel shirt. I can describe him perfectly. He was a short man, had a shaved head, gray and black hair. Had a pointed nose, had a little mole in his face. I mean, I could describe the dude perfectly. And I saw this man for hours, and I talked to him. And carried on conversation with him. But then he wouldn't talk to me back. He spoke with just hand signals. He didn't speak. It was like more like this. You know what I'm saying? It was like he wouldn't speak, but he did all hand signals. We carried on conversation, and he got so real that when he got mad at me because I said something, his eyes turned red. And I started crying, and we actually hugged. But if you had seen me, standing out in the field, hugging the air, and folks would have thought I was a nut. And you know what I mean? And folks probably still, and then folks would always talk about you, oh, it was just the drugs making this.
Yeah, I mean, well, what do you say? I was going to ask you that. What do you say?
Look, I believe that I was on the brink of fixing to go over to the next side. I believe I was fixing to OD, and that I was on the line of fixing to OD, and I started seeing things. And I started seeing the next one. That's how I know that when you die, it's not over. Look, man, this person that I saw, this man that helped me out of those woods, besides the other folks that I saw, he was acting on his own accord, acting out his own way, having his own thoughts and doing his own emotions. I mean, he was, you know what I mean? He was himself. I wasn't controlling this man. You know what I'm saying? This man was in the things that he was doing was not something that I just thought up. I mean, dude, it was bizarre, man, and it was real. And folks sit there and say, oh, I've seen ghosts and I've seen demons. You've never seen, I promise you, the stuff I've seen. Look, all them ghost adventure guys who go in them dark places, look, I don't have to go looking for demons and ghosts to see. I done seen enough. And I promise you, if I'm around it, I can tell you if it's real. You know what I mean? So I don't have to go look and try to have some demon inhabit me and all that stuff. I promise you they're real. I done seen them. I done dealt with them for almost 7 years, man. The junk's real. It's real. And I really wish I hadn't even put that on the air. I only reason I did because I'm drinking. I really, God, I didn't want to put it on the air, man. Why not? I almost want to delete this episode. Because folks can take that and use it against you. Oh, he's nothing but a junkie. And, well, man, who cares who wants to listen to him? Who cares? But folks forget to quote again. Moses was a murderer. Noah was a drunk. David was an adulterer. You know what I mean? Joshua did not come here for the well. He came here for the sick. It came here for the people with problems to help folks. So you can sit there and believe whatever you want. Sometimes it's folks like me who've been to hell and stuff like that who actually find God because they've been to hell. And it's the only way they can ever get better. So if you want to believe me or not, I don't care. I really don't. I know what I've seen. I know what I'm going through. And I know that he's real. I don't wear this just for a trinket. It's not for show. This means something to me. And you know what I mean? And it does. It does. And God shed his blood. And I promise you this, when all the demons that I've seen, when I've been through all this stuff, anytime I start talking about Yahshua or I start praying, or anything, they get mad. You will hear something like an animal growl. I will see things get mad. I mean, I've seen things like, I've had stuff attack my dog while it was happening. Like jump into my dog and hurt him, and him start hollering, this dude. I mean, this stuff's real, man. It jumps real, you know? It's kind of weird when we're talking about that, huh? What? When we're talking about all this, and then all of a sudden just somebody... It probably is, man. I know... I don't want to say it out loud. If you hear a ticket, tell me if you hear a ticket noise. Just listen. This is weird. Yeah, we got somebody walking down the street now. Listen. You hear a ticket noise? Yeah. Why? You hear a ticket noise? Yeah. Because these folks think I'm doing some stupid... I don't want to say it on here. And it's not, man. Leave me alone. Jesus Christ, dude. It's annoying. It's annoying. And it's like, dude, I'm not doing nothing, man. Anyways, back to the show. Yeah. We've only got 4 minutes. 4 minutes left, and I'm almost just ready to, say whatever, But here's the thing. So fucking stupid. But here's the thing. Whatever you say and everything that goes on, if people can't accept it, then it is what it is. I mean, At least you're being real and you're not trying to hide shit. You think about that. There's a lot of people out there that look at them on the surface and they're all, everything's cool. And then stuff like this, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, this is what it is. It is what it is, yeah. But yeah, man, that kind of threw me off. I was kind of out there. But anyways, we love the show. We want to thank everyone for watching. We're down to our last 4 minutes. Well, the GPS show, we're all about talking about all kinds of subjects, and will lead the way or lead you astray. And the lead you the astray part to me is if we're talking about stuff and you're just like, well, screw it, I don't want to open my mind and think differently, then it's going to lead you away. And maybe if you're not willing to just sit back and think and be like, well, this is a possibility, then it might not be the show for you. But if you can open your mind a little bit and you're like, it's possible. I don't agree 100% with what they say, but it is possible that this stuff can happen. Yeah. Then we're the show for you, because we can talk about it. And like Brandon was saying earlier, is you can go to the chat room whenever we do have the shows and put your viewpoint in, and you may have something to say that we haven't thought of, and it may change everything. I mean, I'm not so narrow-minded to think, well, I'm right, and nothing anybody can say is going to ever change my mind because I'm 100% right. No. If you don't change your mind yearly to daily on different viewpoints, then you're not growing. You're just... And because of that, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, I just threw me way off. But anyways, guys, I want to thank everyone for watching the show. Tell your friends about us, for the show on other times, and thank everyone for listening. Share this. People could get a good laugh. I mean, we talk about some funny shit, and we talk about some depressing stuff. But, yes, we do. But I mean, overall, it's our motives are right. Yeah. We want to help people with our experiences that we have. We want to, with the knowledge that we have, and maybe you think we're full of shit, and that's fine. I mean, but tell us. Give us feedback. Let us know. I mean, we could think that we're about something and we're really not, and you need to tell us that. So just do that. Interact with us. That's the main thing. It's not about me and Brandon. It's about everybody getting together and talking and hashing things out and trying to get down to the root of the truth. Like, that's basically it. It's trying to find answers to everyday problems and all of that stuff. Yeah. So, all right, guys. Thanks, guys, for listening to the GPS show. We will be back hopefully in a couple of weeks. And we'll have a show for you. Drink some Miller High Life. It's cheap. And it is cheap. We got a 12-pack for $6.99. Yeah. There you go. Cheers. $7.99. $7.99. Something like that. It was cheap, And it's kind of nasty, but it bubbles and, not that bad. It does the job. Yeah, and I'm going to go eat some deer meat. For all you guys, we eat deer around here and things like that. You know?
Medicine, you know, we're from
It's
the
a lot
South.
better for you than the cow meat. It really is. It's less fat and all that stuff. How could you kill a little deer?
We didn't kill it. I
Think about,
assure
have you seen what they do at slaughter farms and cows? It's gun, it's got a little bullet on it, and they put it right to their forehead and they shoot them right in the head. It kills them
you. But
instantly.
y'all think about this. We didn't kill it.
No, we didn't.
We're just eating.
We're just eating it.
Yeah. We're eating the packaged shit.
That's
Anyway,
good.
yeah, it is. Anyways, guys, thank you. It's been an hour. We will be back to discuss some more. Y'all have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that shit. We may have a show before New Year's. Maybe have another special or something. Y'all keep it real, guys.
All right, thanks, guys.